Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Palmisano here, and tonight I am sitting in with the band Neighbor. Lyle, who is the guitar player from Neighbor, is one of the best guitar players in the game, and I'm so pumped that they invited me to come sit in with them tonight at the Wrecker in Towson. So he texted me, he said, "Hey, dude, you want to sit in?" And he goes, "I think you're going to come up for the second set, and we're going to do 2 Tickets to Paradise, the Eddie Money song." And I just got home from beach vacation, haven't played guitar in, 10 days or something like that. I don't know. And I figured I'm going to do it in real time, no edits, show you how I would learn a song, do a deep dive. We'd look at the recorded version, how the band does it live, and hopefully a cover version, and talk to you about how I would prepare for this gig. So I got it pulled up, 2 Tickets to Paradise, Eddie Money. Let's jump in it right now. Ice cold, my friends. Starting with the studio. Yeah, this is such a good song. Okay, so what we have here is a 2-chord vamp. It seems to me it's A octaves and G octaves doing this little, right? A and G like that, but it starts with the hook. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to assume, because this sounds major, okay, that this is A major and G major. And then we're going to use the melody to try to figure out exactly what the harmony is. But since I think it's A and G, I'm going to start my educated guessing with A mixolydian, because the only spot where you have a major chord a whole step apart in diatonic harmony is your 4 to your 5 chord. And mixolydian is the scale built off your 5 chord. Okay? So on the 3rd of A. Okay, so what you saw me do there is use educated guessing, starting with a chord tone, right? So at first I started with the root of A. I'm thinking A mixolydian. Clearly that wasn't right. So then I jumped right to the 3rd. That sounded correct, and just went up and down the scale. 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3. Double tag. 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1. Again, there's a little, right? Now there's a harmony that comes in. So it starts. And then it just hits. So the thing I'm going to think about with the band is, okay, if I'm going to play the rhythm part, it starts on G, okay? If they're going to count in the lead, it's going to be 1, 2, right? 1 and 2 on the end of 2. 1, 2. So you got to get that count in. Now, if there's harmonies, I'm going to assume it's a 3rd based harmony. There's keys in here. And it just hits. Now, it sounds like a 3rd based harmony, meaning we're just going to play the next available chord tone on top of the melody. So if C sharp is the 3rd of A, we're going to play the 5th. and we're just going to keep going up in A mixo. So you got G natural there, okay? Not G sharp like your A, key of A. G natural. That's the note to stand out for. Whenever you're like, oh, what's mixo? What am I looking out for? The G in the key of A, the flat 7. That's the thing. So you got this. Right? So that's all I'm going to assume. That sounds correct to me. Try it just the top part. Second verse. So all this little part is right here. You got 4 hammered on from 3, 3, root, flat 7, because remember, we're going to the G chord, so the root of the G, and then when it goes up to the A, you just resolve right to the root of the A. All those little things. Now, I don't know if the keys are going to grab it. I don't know if we're all going to grab it. But the point is, you want to learn all these little parts and see how the band does it and figure out which parts you can actually fit in without muddying it up, right? You never know what you're going to get till you get with the band. All right, so you got D, G, and A. So this, you could look at it as a 4, flat 7, 1, or A mixo is D major. Okay, so it's just you're playing the power chords to the 1, 4, 5 of the tune. So D, G, A. Now, this is one of those things. Again, your let's see, your bass line, if you will, is going to be to just play open bar chords like, no thirds, right? AC/DC. Listen to see if drums are doing fills or keys, if there's a spot for a little, right? Who knows? Now, if you hear the band doing some, less rock and roll-y things and doing some more voice leading, you could explore doing like D, G, and putting some thirds in like that. Or maybe even like little, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work, but I know that this band has keys and has guitars, and there's a lot going on. So you're probably just going to hit the gain and just stay. But who knows? But just know that that's all possibility. Get those offbeats. And that's a quick jump. Solo section. Love that harmony part. Okay, so the solo, I'm not going to learn note for note. I don't have time, and that's not the point. When you're jumping in with the band, you're going to go back and forth. Maybe we trade bars. The point is, this is an A major pentatonic based lead. Lots of repeating motifs. You know that, right? All that, and that you got lots of pedal tones. And so you're really thinking A major pentatonic. Watch out for your G's. That's your flat 7. That's what makes it mixo. So you can do that, right? Now, of course, you can mix major and minor, make it more bluesy. You can make it, more melodic. Don't be afraid. Again, you might see me do it tonight. If I don't know where to come in, I might just. Right? Just get close to the melody. You can never go wrong with that. So we're going to go as long as it goes. Again, G. Listen to the keys and where there's space. Love that part. So one guitar has got to keep this. But I'm going to shoot to get that unless Lyle gets that. Hear that little lick in there? Keys, baby, keys. All right, so broad strokes. We are firmly A mixolydian, okay? So that is the key of D, but our funk is G octaves to A. So that's the one part we have to have. So if no one in the band is getting that, I will get that. The second part you have to have, which I would think is even more important to making the song the hook that it is the melody, right? Right? Now, if they're getting that and there's room for the harmony and someone else is getting the, I'm going to shoot for the harmony, right? If someone else is, you just kind of have to see. But you have that beefy guitar part, and you have the harmony, you have the melody with the optional harmony. Those are the two crucial pieces you have to have. Now, when it goes into the chorus, you got the pre-chorus, right? 4 3 1 7, flat 7, 4 3 1 1. Gotta have that. And then you got the D, G, A. Shoot for big open power chords. If 6 people are doing that, consider adding some thirds. But when you're doing big open power chords with distortion, you want to lead with no thirds, especially on top. Do not leave any thirds hanging out on top. Like, get that out of here. Just you don't want this. You don't want that F sharp lingering out there. You don't want any of that. Okay? You just. You don't want any, as much, let the vocals get that. And then for the lead, A major pentatonic, watch out for G, make it mixo. Don't G sharp in there. You don't need a leading tone because you're not going to have a chord that has that in there. But feel free to mix major and minor, do whatever, watch them for the hits. Now, let's see how Eddie does it live. 2 Tickets to Paradise Live. See if it's any different. Yeah, 1987. All right, let's see what this is. Might take a while to get into it. Now listen to that count in. You go 1, 2, ba-da-da-da. Now that's got the harmonies right off the bat. Now they're in E. Okay, they're in E flat. Okay, so A's are A flat, G's are G flats. Okay, so this is, you got. That's the difference in the tonality. But what we're listening for is arrangement, if anything changes. Yeah. You got that hook there. Letting it ring out. All right, so he's not starting to sing. The band's just grooving. You want to push here, little lead. Major.
Got a surprise now for San Francisco, San Jose, Oakland, something that all of us have always wanted to do.
Lock in with the drummer.
Waited so long.
Yeah, keys matching.
Waited so long, yeah. Waited so long. Waited so long.
Second verse.
I'm gonna take you on a trip so far from me.
You got the harmonies.
I've got 2 tickets in my pocket, people will disappear. Waiting so long. Waiting so long, yeah. Waiting so long. Waiting so long. 2 tickets to paradise. Pack your bags and leave tonight. I've got 2 tickets to paradise. 2 tickets to paradise.
Double harmony here. He's bending through that. Good to know. Major, baby, major. What a great vocal.
Come on, everybody. I'll take you on a trip so far from here. 2 tickets in my pocket, people will disappear. Waiting so long. Waiting so long, yeah. Waiting so long. Waiting so long, yeah. 2 tickets to paradise.
All right, see how they end.
Get back to me tonight.
All Red Bulled up.
Tickets to paradise. 2 tickets to paradise. 2 tickets to paradise.
Love Eddie Money, man. Burning, burning. Yes, that staggered fill.
2 tickets to paradise. 2 tickets to
All right, let's see if Neighbor has them doing it. Oh man, but nothing really changed there. But you get a feel for what the live band might do. You might get that you might get that call and response from the keys or another instrument. The point is, if someone else is going to take that, let them take that. Just make sure that if the person that takes that was the one doing the, take that for them, okay? Don't be afraid to establish your, like, I'm that guy that does that, right? I have no idea. So that's what this next step is. See if Neighbor, there's nothing in here. Neighbor, band, 2 tickets to paradise. Let's see if we get. It's been performed 3 times. Okay, so I looked, and it looks like Neighbor played it 3 times. 5, 6, 22, 8, 27, 22, and 10, 29, 22. I don't find anything, and again, I don't have much time because I have to go get my gear and go to sound check. But I didn't see anything on Nugs, and I didn't see anything on YouTube, and a quick search on Google, I couldn't find any audio. So here's the point. Here's what I'm going to take with me. He says they do it like the record. So I'm going to assume it's standard tuning, and it's an A mixo, blank. If I get there and they tune down to E flat, and they play it in E flat, I might change my tuning. I might not. Doesn't matter. The point is that it's a mixo, the sound of a mixo. And then you get your 2 basic parts. You have that going throughout, and you got the melody part. Now that's bent. I saw that. I don't remember that guitar player's name, but you're shooting for that C sharp. If there's an option for the melody, or the harmony rather, third bass. So it's just you're starting on the 5th. You got to get the. And then when you go to take a lead, obviously, it's a major pentatonic. Watch out for the flat 7. That's what makes it mixo. When you're doing the, stay away from the thirds. Don't leave any hanging. But for the most part, just watch the band and have a good time. And that, honest to goodness, is how you quickly learn a song. Focus on the key things that make the song what it is when you're going to sit in with people you've never played with before. In your band, I would encourage you to dial it in a little better and say, okay, we have this many pieces. Okay, if we have 3 guitar players, we can do the and still get the that and have each person do each one of those parts. If you have 2, maybe the person that does the melody does the single line. Maybe you double it yourself. You got to figure it out. If you have guitar and keys, maybe the keys are doing it. But the point is, you want to make sure that when you arrange it with the amount of pieces that you have, you don't lose the thing that makes the song what it is. And that's it, my friends. If you're seeing this in real time and you're in the Baltimore area, come out to the record tonight. See a great band and get to see me get a big smile on my face playing a classic tune with one of my favorite guitar players to follow anywhere in the game, Lyle. That's it. If you dig the vibe here, I hope you'll hit subscribe. If you like the way that I'm kind of approaching the neck and you'd like to learn my, whatever you want to call it, my curriculum, how I teach my students step by step, that is the first link in the description. It's called GuitarGate. It's also the best way to support this channel by taking my lessons and courses. Have a great day. Keep the guitar in your hands. Cheers. It's a good tune.